City's Times Square, police are expecting more than 1 million people to pack the surrounding city blocks to watch the iconic ball drop.
Firefighters in Australia are calling the danger from wildfires there unparalleled. There are more than 60 fires burning along Australia's east coast.
The first case of the deadly coronavirus making its way to the U.S.
The CDC is predicting more than 180,000 deaths in the U.S.
Kentucky remains open.
And with spring break next week, a spokesman for UK says President Eli Capilouto has formed a work group to monitor the coronavirus. LEX 18's Jacqueline Nye has more about it in the big story at 5:30.
Concerns of the coronavirus spreading have shut down classes at college campuses in Kentucky and across the country. The University of Kentucky hasn't made a decision on whether to follow suit, but a spokesman says that can change.
As college students, the pandemic has had a serious effect on the way that we're able to live our lives. For some of us, that means making small adjustments, and for others, that means making life-changing plans and changing our courses of action just in order to get by. In order to better understand how the pandemic has affected students here at the University of Kentucky, we've decided to conduct interviews and reach out to some of the students on campus to see how they've personally been affected. The special thing about these interviews is that we've decided to ask students the same series of questions. This way, we're better able to understand the differences that each student has faced and the challenges that they've had to overcome up to this point here at the University of Kentucky.
I'm a freshman at the University of Kentucky.
Hi, my name is Sydney Earhart, and I'm currently a freshman here at the University of Kentucky.
I am a freshman at the University of Kentucky.
My name is Carson Schultz, and I'm a freshman at the University of Kentucky.
Coronavirus is a very rare circumstance. So when discussing whether someone has handled it well or poorly, it's going to be difficult to finalize that conclusion. But for me personally, I believe that the University of Kentucky has done as best as they possibly can to keep their students safe by testing us, making us wear our masks, and online classes. However, online classes may scare some people because it's harder to learn, which has been definitely difficult for me these past few semesters. But when I was first introduced to the idea of online classes, I was semi-relieved because of the intimidation of going into a classroom of 200 plus students.
He's handled COVID-19 pretty well, considering how fast it was brought upon everybody. And my reaction to the online courses was, I was excited. I was kind of upset we couldn't go in person because it's like missing out on the whole college experience thing, but other than that, it's been pretty easy and pretty good flow of things.
I had the expectation of college being how it normally is, being able to go to the dining hall and eat with a bunch of people, see a bunch of people, get to know the people that live in your dorms, live in your area, live on your side of campus. And this year we don't have that opportunity, which is upsetting because we don't get our freshman year back. So it's kind of a one-year opportunity to have.
COVID-19 has affected the way I thought college would be like, just kind of like underhyping it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like there would have been a lot more to do and a lot more events around campus and just more reasons to be out of the dorm and be out of
The thing that I actually miss the most about pre-COVID times is not wearing a mask. I always wear my mask, but like, it's so annoying, especially when you're like, 'cause I was in triathlon club and they started doing a mask mandate, and it's like, I can't run and wear a mask at the same time. Like, I can't Like, it's just so annoying. And then there have been times where, like, at the beginning of the semester, I wasn't quite adjusted to, like, wearing a mask because, like, that was earlier in the pandemic, and where I'm from, like, I was already in the online stuff. I just didn't have to wear a mask every day. And I remember, like, walking into the kitchen at, like, midnight to, like, get some water, and people, like, freaking out at me because I wasn't wearing a mask. And so now I'm, like, fully adjusted and I wear it all the time, but it's like I cannot wait till the day that I just, like, don't have to wear a mask. And I'm also, like, worried about wearing a mask now that the weather's warmer. I'm like, am I gonna get a weird, like, tan where, like, half my face is dark and the other half is not? So that's what I miss most about pre-COVID times.
I really miss not wearing masks in grocery stores and not feeling bad for not having a mask on. And I really, really miss concerts and just social gatherings in general. I feel like people grow when they have interactions with people that they don't know. So concerts, for instance, were a really big thing for me because I got to meet and see people I knew. And it was just very important to me, and I had a lot of fun doing that. Something I don't miss, though, is definitely having the flexibility of going back home whenever I feel like. In college and school is not as in-person demanding.
I think a positive aspect of COVID-19 and how it's affected me, I had to step out of my comfort zone a lot to be able to meet people and connect with people, which is something I didn't have to do before, and I think it's better. I'm better off because of it. I've been able to gain certain communication skills that I didn't really have to learn before, just because everything I feel like was, right in front of us at the palm of our hand, that we didn't quite realize until COVID. And I think I've been more in tune with myself, especially my mental health, my overall health, more focus on me and what I need, rather than always focusing on other people first. Just kind of a switch in perspective, especially.
One positive of COVID has actually been, like, the online classes for me, because I had some hybrid and I had some that were in person, but I also had online. So it wasn't as big of a crazy transition. It wasn't like, I did not know my way around campus when I first came here. So it's not like I was having to, like, search for, like, different classrooms in, like, 5 or 6 different buildings. Like, I just had a couple in person and then the rest were online. So that was pretty nice, and that definitely took away some anxiety. Even though, like, whenever I first came here, like I said earlier, it was kind of a hard transition. Another positive of COVID is that it's allowed me to, like, explore new hobbies and also have the free time to, like, maintain connections from people back home. Some hobbies I've gotten into are, like, painting. I've done some puzzles, like, just little creative things that I do whenever I have the free time. I've tried to get more into, like, bettering myself, academically, physically, mentally, and the pandemic has helped with that a little bit. I'm pretty optimistic about the future, especially with, like, how many people have already been vaccinated. I just wish that they would have done, like, stepping stones, or, like, done, a little bit more of a gradual process instead of just, like, so many in-person classes next semester. Because whenever I was registering for classes, they were, like, all in person, and I had to, like, really search to find an elective that was online because I didn't want to have every single class be in person. But I still think that, like, with how many people are vaccinated, the COVID cases are probably going to continue to go down. And I think overall they've done a really good job with everything. So yeah, I'm pretty optimistic.
I believe that I'm very optimistic for the future. I want to see what life is going to be like, because I really do not believe that it's going to go fully back to normal. I think that there's going to be things that affect our life forever due to this pandemic. But I do not believe that the University of Kentucky is moving too fast. I think that this is something that we really all need. I know that I've personally struggled with classes being online, especially, like, harder classes that I may not know very well, or it doesn't come very easily for me. So I believe that the University of Kentucky is taking the necessary steps, and if in the future we need to go back, it's not going to be very hard, because we have gone 2-3 semesters with this online format.
I'm very optimistic about the University of Kentucky and their future plans. I'm very excited about having in-person classes. I think that they're doing a great job with the vaccines and making sure that the students get vaccinated. So I'm not nervous about switching back to normal schedule next year. I'm really excited about it. I get kind of sad looking at, what could have been or what we're missing out on. So if there's when we get the opportunity to finally go back to some sort of normalcy and have a normal college experience, I'm all for it and ready for it and excited about it.
Optimistic about the future, and I think Kentucky needs to get people in person quicker, just because I feel like most kids aren't getting the knowledge they need, and they really need to be in person, learning face to face, and being able to just raise your hand, ask a question, and not having any worries about your Wi-Fi or anything like that.